Hey, what's going on YouTube? Hope you're all having an amazing day. Today's episode is all about my latest design pack called Retrotone. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create that dark, grungy, retro vibe effect, whatever you want to name it. We will actually work on two different effects, one of them called Retro Fade and the other one called Retrotone. So without any further ado, let's get to it. So let me just explain a little bit about this effect and how it works. So basically, all you need to do is to just do your photo manipulation and mix your images and put it under your effects and you're good to go. And the good thing is that you don't need to be the best at photo manipulation on this, because the only thing that matters when you are trying to mix your images and do the photo manipulation is to just adjust the lighting of the whole image so that it would just, go together so well. So first things first, I'm going to use this image that I generated with Midjourney. I explained it on my latest reels on Instagram that I mostly use Midjourney on creating my stock images, because in the past I used to spend lots of hours finding those images, but now I can simply create and generate those images that I want and then mix them together. So basically I used this image here, I masked the none and I made it smaller. I'm just gonna put it in the middle for now. And then I added this second image from a burning church, put it behind my nun here, so put it around there. And after that I used this image here, and I'm going to use this tree skeleton here, and I'm going to flip this and put it here for these three. Just gonna make it a little bit smaller. So I came up with something like this. I just added a little bit of levels to these skeletons to make the whole atmosphere darker, and also my nun. One more thing that I added on my skeletons, so let me show you, was a path blur. So I just basically go to the filter, blur gallery and path blur. So this is what I came up with to give them that motion blur that I want. So it was just a basic blur with a speed of 20, and also for this one. So let's just jump to the effect itself, and remember that you can always add a black and white adjustment layer on top of everything for when you are doing your composition. So this way you would have a better understanding of how the compositing is working, and you wouldn't just care about the colors for now. So first things first, I'm going to add a gradient map, and as you can see, the left part is for the shadow and the right part is for highlights. So I'm just gonna choose the colors here and copy my settings also if you want. So I believe this is cool for now. After that, I'm just going to create a new layer and called grain, and by going to edit, fill 50% gray, and then go to the filter. I'm not gonna use noise and add noise, except I'm going to use pointillize with a size of 5, and as you can see, it is colorized. So I would just simply go to the image, adjustment, hue and saturation, and bring down my saturation here. And here I would just change the blending mode to color burn. So as you can see, we are losing a lot of details here, but don't worry about that. So under the grain, I'm going to add a curve layer, and I'm just gonna bring out some of my details by curve layer, like so. Yeah, that is actually good. And after that, on top of my grain layer, I'm going to add a threshold. So here is my threshold, but from here I would change this blending mode to multiply. This way the threshold will only affect your dark areas, so I would just bring it down to around I usually work around 70. 70 is actually nice, but again, as you can see, we are losing a little bit of detail again. So under everything, let me just group these together. So these are my images, so I'm just gonna say images. So on top of my images and below all the adjustment layers, I'm going to add a level, and I'm just going to bring out a little bit of a more detail from this. I think that is actually good. A little bit detail here. Okay, and then I'm going to group these two here. So I'm just gonna name it threshold, or maybe grunge effect that we are creating. And here to here, I would name them colors. And on top of my grunge effect, I'm going to add my textures. So I actually have created these plasticine textures that I'm going to use. So I'm just gonna use this one because it has, smaller cracks. Drag and drop that, make it big, put the blending mode on multiply. So now as you can see, it is affecting my design here, except it is making my design a little bit darker. So that's why I would hit Command L, bring out the levels, and I would just bring up the highlights and bring down the midtones and my shadows to bring out those cracks that I'm looking for. Also, if you take a look at my retro tone pack, you will see that I have 2 more different textures, and they would be available in the pack also. I'm just gonna copy and paste them here. So if I want to show you what those textures are, so this is actually like a scan texture. This is mostly for the background that I put, with the blending mode of lighten. And the other one, you cannot see it unless I just hit Command I on my background. So you can see that this is the other texture that I have, a grunge texture, and I put it on multiply. So this would affect on the bright areas of my design, as you can see, because if I change the background to the black, you wouldn't see anything. So if I just bring up my design here, you can see it is affecting my bright areas here. And I'm just gonna bring up everything. So now this is what we have. Okay, for now, I'm just going to select all my textures and group them together and call textures. And let me just add my typography from the main image here, and I'm just going to show you how I created that one. So let me just hide everything. So this is basically easy. I just typed in the sister and double clicked on it. So for the bevel and emboss, I added the depth of 1000, and here on the size, I just went around 9 to give it a little bit of a bevel, and everything else is just the default. And I just unchecked this use global light because I wanted my bevel to be around at the bottom and the shadow on the top part. So as you can see, this is the shadow here and this is my bevel, and I came with something like this, and it was looking like this without satin. So after adding that with the opacity of 52 minus 126 angle and distance of 181 with the size of 92, and I added this chrome shade on the back of it. So as you can see, I'm just gonna say typography here, and I'm just gonna add this chrome shade to the image. So now if we add our colors that we had, so this was the gradient map, the level, and the curves. And if we add our grunge effect and then our textures, we are actually good to go. But one more thing that you can do to even elevate your design is to just open up the grunge effect, and on top of your, let me just name this grain, and on top of your grain or that pointillized that we added, you can just simply open up a pattern, and from here you can choose different patterns. I usually use halftone, but sometimes I'm using this futuristic style of pattern that I have. But if we use halftone, let me just bring up the size so that you can see on the design. So you can see the halftone pattern here. You can simply put it on overlay, and now it is affecting your design. So you can see these are all the dots of that half tone pattern that we added. And you can always, add a level or a curve, just to change the lightening of your halftone pattern here. You can always add this one if you want, but it's not my thing. I just love to have the super grungy effect on the background with that grain effect that we added. So my Retrotone pack is now available on Patreon, and if you purchase it from there, you will get something like this, and it's super easy. You can just add your image on top of this, place your image here, and make sure that you hide this for sure. This is the sample. You can just toggle on and off between these two effects that I have, Retrotone and Retrofade. The only difference that Retrofade has is that, let me just show you on my Retrotone. So if I just come to the threshold and toggle off my threshold here, you will get that fade effect on your design, and you can simply go back and change the color. And if you just toggle it on, you will get that grunge look and effect that we just created together on this episode. And I guess that's a wrap for today's tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and till the next episode, peace.